participation in various economic sectors, particularly in the field of industry, as it is considered an important pillar of the Egyptian economy through its contribution to the increasing the volume of production, provide employment opportunities, and raise the national exports. Details follows. Dr. Mustafa Madbouli voiced the state's keenness to encourage the private sector and boost its participation in various economic sectors in the field of industry, as it's considered an important pillar of the Egyptian economy through its contribution to the increase of the volume of production, providing more job opportunities and raise the national exports. This came during Madbouli's inspection tour on Saturday to a number of housing projects and economic, electronic and industrial complexes in the 10th of Ramadan city and New Abur city in Sharqiya governorate. Madbouli announced the states of constructing a new road network that reached the New Abur city in a very short time, while witnessing the inauguration of the largest electronic Japanese factory for manufacturing automotive wiring harnesses, in addition to an industrial complex for manufacturing production requirements, plastic and metal components and parts used in the manufacturing of televisions and washing machines. The complex provides more than 10,000 job opportunities for youth, and the Prime Minister voiced Egypt's full support to back foreign investments, giving directives to all concerned bodies to facilitate all obstacles that face investors with the aim of expanding during the coming period in the Egyptian markets and attract more investments to the promising sectors. The National Dialogue Board of Trustees convened to complete preparations ahead of the National Dialogue suggested launch on May 3rd. General Coordination of the National Dialogue, Dia Rashwan, said the meeting put suggestions to the inaugural session, praising the decision of President Sisi to pardon a number of prisoners. The National Dialogue Board of Trustees also called on all Sudanese parties to negotiate for the sake of Sudan. Rashwan also praised the ongoing Egyptian efforts to settle the Sudanese crisis peacefully, as well as dealing with its numerous repercussions, including the evacuation of Egyptians in Sudan and offering all facilitation to receive all people who depart from Sudan to Egypt, particularly Sudanese people who are always welcomed in Egypt. Rashwan confirmed that the continuation of preparing for the upcoming national dialogue amid the unprecedented circumstances affirms its significance to probe all what concern Egyptian people and national priorities, in addition to a determination of all participating sides to guarantee its success with the aim of realizing Egyptian people's aspiration. Within the framework of the state's efforts to evacuate Egyptian citizens from Sudan, the Foreign Ministry announced an amendment of the gathering and evacuation points of citizens who want to return to Egypt. The Foreign Ministry pointed that these points will be at the General Consulate of the Arab Republic of Egypt in Port Sudan for maritime evacuation, while land evacuation will be through coastal and Arqin crossings. Meanwhile, the Foreign Ministry asserted that the crisis chamber, as the ministry is continuing to receive calls and reports of citizens from Egyptian community in Sudan 24/7. The number of the Egyptians returning from Sudan have reached 6,399 citizens until the moment through air bridges and land crossings. Warplanes on bombing raids drew heavy anti-aircraft fire over Khartoum on Saturday as fierce fighting between Sudan's army and paramilitaries entered a third week despite a renewed truce. Let's have a closer look.
Heavy fighting raged on in